Hello, ladies and gentlemen, dude and dudettes. I am Matt Burns.
Oh, are we on? That must mean I am John Bloor.
And I am James Irvine, and I did not forget.
Of course he didn't forget. He never forgets. He's like an elephant. He never forgets.
I didn't forget. I'm here. What more do you want?
What?
And collectively, we are...
Three guys?
Yes, but why are we here?
Of course, we are The Burning Truth. And, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be an interesting week. We've got plenty to discuss. We've actually got a topic from last week to basically have re-brought back up because one of us missed out, but is going to have their say. And we've also got some interesting topics involving AEW Dynamite against WWE Raw.
AEW Explosion.
Bang!
Whatever you... Why is it that I can see WWE more likely going with that idea, changing Raw to Bang?
Let's not spoil yet.
But anyway, let's move on.
Hang on. Bang? No, that's a WCW thing. Surely it would more likely be bang bang.
Yeah. But anyway, we've also got the main topic, which will be the worst wrestling gimmicks. But
Brace yourself. We're going to be wading chest deep through some absolute cack.
yeah, pretty much. But anyway, seeing as we haven't done something yet,
Yes. Hold your horses. Coronavirus.
No, JB, line.
Yes, I'm clearing my throat, for God's sake. The following broadcast will contain discussions about professional wrestling and other topics, which may, during their course, contain language not suitable for listeners of a nervous disposition, easily offended listeners, and on some occasions, other listeners. This broadcast may also contain strobe lighting effects.
Anything else?
Maybe you want me to say... Don't say fuck up.
But Richie, can we say cunt?
No, you can't.
And we're
the
already
line was
breaking.
Oh, Eddie, anarchy. Good
Oh,
lord.
it's okay, don't worry. Mr. Burns will just rub us with his aura.
His aura.
He
Can you
loves to
bask
rub.
in it?
He would love to rub his aura.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this week's The Burning Truth is cancelled. I'm going to take a cold shower.
Whoa! Right. Let's just steer the ship.
Jesus, can you...
back onto the original scheduled programming.
Right, hang on, where are we? This is The Burning Truth. We're talking about wrestling, including crap gimmicks. So, are we starting with that?
No. We're not starting off with that. We're jumping straight into, first, our usual message, which is the fact that The Burning Truth actually supports Black Lives Matter and, of course, hashtag speaking out.
Of course, yeah.
Unfortunately, I've got to briefly mention one of them. Very briefly. All I'll say is no names are being mentioned or anything due to the fact of it being potentially slander. All that I will say is that social media this week, if I'm not mistaken, Irvine, had something occur on it that ended up being quite explosive.
Yes, a bit like when Matt Burns rubbed his aura.
Was it as explosive as AEW Explosion?
No, we are talking the fact that there could be legal consequences due to certain actions.
Oh, you mean the other day when Twitter went off its tits?
Huh?
Well, the thing is, you can say that, but if we can't mention how or why, This is going to be a little bit like that blindfold match from NXT a couple of weeks ago, isn't it? We're going to be dodging around the subject, but we're not going to get anywhere near it. And it's just going to be confusing. So let's just leave it there.
Anyway, I'm just going to basically just state a certain gentleman on that was a company runner ended up basically being called out, and unfortunately, it wasn't just by a little bit. There was even evidence being shown up, and certain legal, due to legal actions, it has most likely been forwarded over to the relevant authorities as such.
Someone's in the poo-poo.
Oh, yes.
Deep poo-poo.
Definitely. And there's not much of an escape of it, but unfortunately, due to no mention from the person in question, or technically said company that he was supposedly running, can't mention anything, seeing as they've actually closed it down already due to these allegations. So effectively, immediately, they are absolutely gone.
So what we can say, though, is that it will never work ever.
Basically...
Hang on.
Yeah.
This person will never work
Spot
again.
On. No. Spot on how you did that. I like how you did it. We will use that. They will never work ever. In case if anybody wants to work it out, all I'll just say is figure it out from the initials from what we just said. But anyway,
it is not slander. All I bliss, so kiss my arse.
Break in line, careful. Right, let's leave it there before we.
Anyway, we're going to leave it there.
Worse.
If a development does come further from it, or anything comes from the person in question, or from the police authority, from the local authorities, we will address the situation. Other than that, we won't be continuing on to mention about that situation unless it's further advanced. But anyway, we've now got to jump over because I believe somebody is entitled to their say.
God
damn! Yes! Last week, those who aren't keeping up at the back, pay attention. This is quite important. Mr. Irvine had yet to watch NXT TakeOver War Games.
War Games.
I believe now he has. And so, does that mean you want the full 10 minutes?
I bloody well do, but I won't need it.
Oh, that's what I meant, yeah. Right then. Well, to slightly spoil the thing, Burns, get the clock ready and just take as long as you need, as long as it's not more than 10 minutes. Mr. Irvine.
Just don't get rubbing your aura whilst I'm doing it. It disturbs me.
This doesn't make sense.
It does make sense.
Absolutely.
Don't you fucking start.
Anyway. Uninterrupted. Irvine, the floor is yours, where you are going to be discussing the fallout of NXT TakeOver War Games. And the clock starts now.
I like where this is going. So we had NXT War Games. I didn't watch it. I'm not really an avid watcher of NXT, but I should take over event, so I watched it. Anyway, I listened to Mr. Burns and JB's reviews last week, and I was a bit intrigued, so I was desperate. I actually got to watch it last night, and because I'd look a bit stupid otherwise if I didn't. So anyway, we had the first match, Team Shotzi versus Team Candice, and I'm going to say I lost interest through this match. The first half of this match, I was uninvested. It was shocking. There was just too many botches. especially Ember Moon, who I really love Ember Moon as well, and it really, 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 really did annoy me. The only two that stood out for me in this match was Rhea Ripley and Io Shirai. So, yeah, I just don't really want to talk about that match too much because it was just really weak, just really weak for me. To be fair, though, Raquel Gonzalez, I will give her a due. She really, really actually caught my eye. I wouldn't say she impressed me, but she caught my eye. I see a lot of potential there. So, yeah, that'll be... that will be it for that one. As we all know how it turned out, as it was discussed last week. Anyway, next on the agenda was one of my favourite matches of War Games, Tommaso Ciampa versus Timothy Thatcher. I thought this match was absolutely brilliant. I loved every second of this match, down from the storytelling to, the physicality of the actual match itself. And obviously, Timothy Thatcher had his ear bust by Ciampa with a knee to the side of the head. Even that made me wince, and I just went, oh, God, tears. Ugh. Have you ever put your finger too far in your ear? Having a knee in it. Anyway. Yeah, I think the match had the right outcome, but by the look of it, they are not done, far from done, and I am actually looking forward to more in the future. Anyway, moving on to one of my other favourite matches of the night was Dexter Lumis and Cameron Grimes. I really, really, really like both wrestlers. I really like Dexter Lumis because he looks terrifying. And I love Cameron Grimes because he's got that swagger. He's got that cocky arrogance about him. And he just, absolutely brilliant. And I just loved every minute of this match, from how they managed to utilise the strap itself. It was just genius. And the finish was absolutely bonkers. Because even if I was to sit here and describe to you how it finished, you can't picture it in your mind because Spaghetti Junction is all I can say. So, yeah, but I really enjoyed this match. And two of my favourite wrestlers on NXT, in Cameron Grimes and Dexter Lumis, really, I hope they do get to work together again in the future because I really, really was invested. I did like how it started as well. Cameron Grimes. I thought it was great. I bought my own strap. I'm not using that one. And then as soon as his guard's down, attack. He went with the plan. It was great. I loved it. Great storytelling. Next, not one of my favourite matches. Not because of the match itself, it's because of the situation. And that's Johnny Gargano, Damian Priest, and Leon Ruff. Leon Ruff was the champion, and oh my God. Why put a belt on a young lad and then literally bury him alive? So no, I think it's really bad decision. It just to take the piss. It just, it's not even funny. I don't find it funny at all. And to be honest, I wish they'd just fuck off with that one. So I'm going to fuck off to the next one, which was another favourite of the War Games, and that's the Undisputed Era versus Team McAfee, or McAfee, however you pronounce his name. Is it McAfee?
McAfee.
Yes.
Yeah, anyway, I thought it was brilliant. You know something? When he first made his debut, good old Pat, I thought, I'm not into this. It's just another celebrity coming in, make a tit of himself and then leave. But you know what? He's actually really impressed me. He really, really has. His promo skills, Jesus Christ, they were brilliant. And I agree with CM Punk. The whole NXT roster should be ashamed of themselves because somebody that's come in with no experience has literally blown everybody away. And you know what? His in-ring work ain't that bad. I would literally be embarrassed at the moonsault that he did. Wow. It was picture perfect. And I couldn't believe it. And he's a big dude. He's a big, big dude. And then just to let them, push him off the top rope through the table and literally know his ring awareness, it wasn't perfect, but it was okay. He managed to get through the table. But I thought the match was absolutely brilliant. It, unlike the women's, which I thought was just a giant mess at the start. Okay, Rhea Ripley comes in, it was great, but that it was a million miles better than the women's War Games match. So it's like this for me was the best way to finish the show, and something, they actually got the result right for this match because obviously Undisputed Era, they've been trying to win it for a while, and now they've got, and McAfee's been a pain in their arse, and it's just really done well. A couple of more wrestlers that catch my, that really caught my eye, and obviously it's always going to be Pete Dunne. I absolutely love Pete Dunne. He's fucking brilliant. His tech skill is just fucking brilliant. Absolutely love it. But yeah, that's my quick review, or quickish review, of War Games. I don't want to waffle on about it too much because some of it was dog shit, and I know that JB will disagree, but that's life. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. So there you go. You both may now jump in.
Before we can jump in,
Two disagrees. We think different parts are dog shit, but that's the whole point of debate, isn't it?
It's not over yet. We need to have his final rating.
Ah, yes.
Oh, well, I would say... what are we rating it out of again? 5? So 5, we're rating it out of 5. Overall, because of them 3 matches alone, I would have given it a 5, but no. So I'm going to give it a 3.5.
Ooh.
Okay. Just remind those of us who are listening who might have short memories, what scores did you and me give it last week, Mr. Burns?
The weird thing about it is, he's actually gone smack bang in between us.
All right.
With you giving it a 3 and me giving it a 4.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it was total dog shit. Because it wasn't. It was far.
It wasn't.
It was.
No, I agree. There were
just.
And as you finished up early, there's going to be no bell, or anything. So the timer has been ended.
How long? Just out of interest. I know it doesn't matter, but
he literally did it in the shortest amount of time, and could have, if he included his rating there and then, he would have actually still had at least a minute left.
Oh, there you go.
Ting.
Team success.
And I was working on it art as well, so there you go.
Yeah. Although he did skip a match. But then again, that match that he did skip, not important.
What, as in the pre-show No One Cares match?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
You told me not to mention that. You told me not to bother.
Yeah, because no one cares.
That's why I'm actually agreeing with you.
I hate you.
No.
We're saying we're glad you skipped it because it isn't worth mentioning, for God's sake.
Right.
Yeah, no, but no. You didn't even need to bring it up. Stop it.
Legacy of Tedium, the shittest faction in the history of anything.
Legado del Boring.
That's the one.
Even worse than Retribution?
Yes. I'm just going to put this out there right now. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It is.
Yeah.
I
No,
care.
let's move on then because nobody
Worse
cares. Let's-
even than the Corey with 2 R's.
Oh no. Let's just let's just move on.
I think even the Job Squad was even better. Anyway, we'll move on.
Nice
Because
little
we'll
segue there. A link,
For the
throw
future.
ahead link to our talk about crap gimmicks shortly.
Yeah, but anyway, before we get to there, we've actually got to get to another Irvine topic.
Oh wow, it's the Irvine show this week.
It's about bloody time.
Now, the reason why this topic, as soon as he brought it to my attention, I thought to myself, as much as we've got to do the gimmicks and everything, we've got to discuss it. So,
Yeah.
once again, the floor is back to Irvine.
Right. Well, without turn your double entendre detectors off in a minute, because you know this is right for it. But put it on the table then. What is it?
It is AEW's ratings. Now,
What about absolute egomaniac wankers? What have they done?
wow, they
Okay.
have beaten Raw in how many views? How many people have actually watched it? The ratings, they
Yeah,
beat
you know,
the ratings.
You know what? That is noteworthy, and it is to be commended. However, I could not currently name one Ring of Honor wrestler, but put Ring of Honor up against Raw at the moment, and I almost guarantee you the wrestling is superior. The bad acting in the segments is probably superior. It would probably beat Raw in the ratings because Raw is a tanker of dog shit.
I disagree with that one. I disagree because I know for a fact that AEW have actually put themselves out there, rather than just go, oh, we're Ring of Honor, we're here.
Well, no, I understand that, but my point is, I think even the hardcore Ring of Honor fan base, which keeps that company going, if they got told your show is on a national TV network opposite Monday Night Raw, more people would watch it than can still stomach the 3-hour skip fire that is Monday Night Raw.
Let me just pause you there. Do you know how bad this was? The fact that AEW didn't just beat them, they actually beat them on every hour.
Yeah.
Including the hour that they don't even actually have.
And it brings us back to last week when we mentioned a certain individual that came back to wrestling in general, not just back to TNT, but back to wrestling in general after we thought he was retired, and that's Sting. And as soon as Sting arrives, wow, ratings through the roof.
What I think makes us even more, I can see where JB's coming from, but the problem that you've got, JB, in regards, you can compare to ROH with WWE and everything, but it's more of an alarming sense that AEW is beating them simply because a lot of people sit there and think, oh, they're the bigger company, blah blah blah. Right.
So I understand entirely what you're saying.
No, let me finish. Let me finish. My point being is the fact that between ROH and AEW, who's been going longer?
Oh, let's see now. ROH by 18 years.
But that's my point. That's the point. The point being is AEW on such a short period of time is now beaten I believe what Mark Hawk is reiterating, the longest episode, that's an episodic episode, blah, 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 blah.
The longest running episodic weekly television show in USA only television history.
Yeah, and what makes it worse is that the USA Network is kicking off.
Yes, they certainly are. And why are they kicking off? Well, quite simple, really. You look at AEW's creative freedom and their not so PG show, the USA Network are looking at it and just go, hang on a minute, what the fuck? Why are they producing gold and beating us in the ratings when you are giving us 3 hours of absolute dire bullshit?
Yeah, essentially, WWE needs very fucking quickly, in my opinion. I mean, they've been edging around the edges of it and skirting sort of more towards a little higher ratings, but the whole TV PG bullshit needs to die now.
Yeah, because I agree with that. Because the way I see it is that WWE was at its hottest when it was the Attitude Era. And
what was the main factor driving that? Oh, yeah. Anything can happen. Say anything, do anything. Distinctly un-PG.
Almost anything.
Well, yeah, within the realms of what's actually acceptable on television, yes. But you know what I mean? It distinctly wasn't PG.
But unfortunately, we live in a time now where, with WWE being so in the public eye, and with it being as big as it is, AEW aren't seen like WWE are. So WWE are trying to be far too respectable. So I would even make a suggestion to them why don't you have SmackDown as your PG show, one that is quite accessible, and then Raw, take it back to where it fucking was and when it was brilliant.
Very interesting.
Listen, Skeletor, fuck off.
No.
In the nicest possible way, yeah. Stop being such corporate whores.
Right.
Stop being so beholden to the USA Network. Yes, it's lovely. Today's Raw is sponsored by American Corporate Powerhouse 57. Yay!
Whoa.
Yeah. The money for that is nice, but if they, as a result of that, are saying, we're only on board because you're children friendly, try and find some companies that aren't. How about that for an idea?
JB?
Yeah?
You need pause for a minute.
I didn't mention any company names.
No, but you did sort of just mention the USA Network. The problem is, the USA Network is actually agreeing with us. And that they've actually said they want another Attitude Era.
Well, that is my point in a nutshell, isn't it? If the TV executives are screaming at you, bin TV PG, we want you to be a little bit more edgy.
The problem
what excuse have they possibly got not to?
The problem that they've got is they've actually got so many sponsors and agreement
but the problem
deals.
is the corporate sponsors who bring the money in don't want that.
Yes, but the problem is if they go against it, they can actually be in breach of their contract, which could then actually cost them more money. So in the long run, yes, that could actually end up costing them a lot of money. But anyway, I think the middle ground area has just been covered by Irvine, which was what I was going to suggest. The idea being is, why don't, if you've noticed the fact that on SmackDown, which is, I believe, on Fox, which is part of the Fox Sports, if I'm not mistaken, it's actually become more sporty. SmackDown has become more serious and more focused on the wrestling. Let's focus on the wrestling, right? Now, what's so weird is the fact that WWE is missing a beat here, because what they are not doing is they're not actually changing their stuff for Raw to suit their demographic for the USA Network. If they wanted to do why don't they literally go for the more the the Attitude Era, possibly even using Bray Wyatt or something in such a unique way, instead of it being, oh, I'm a goofball, I'm doing this, let's play hide and seek, for God's sake, really. But anyway, point being is you can actually have one show being where the actual insane, what the hell happened storylines, good God, anything can happen storylines on Raw, and keep the wrestling, the straight fire wrestling, and keeping it PG on SmackDown, because that's working on Fox. As that.
Am I the only one? Only one that actively actually wants the opposite to happen?
And the
genuinely,
fact
Hi,
that...
and
Wait.
welcome to Monday Night Kiddie Wrestling with characters like the Gobbledygooker. If you want people saying fuck and people being put through tables, watch Friday Night Go Fuck Yourself on Fox.
No.
Because as a person that actually prefers SmackDown as a brand and thinks that Raw has been an absolute bin fire for about, what is it, 1,000 years? It feels like it's been 3 hours.
Yes,
I would much rather see SmackDown be the edgy show.
No, but the problem is that if you try and do the edgy show on there, they're going to lose their demographic because they've already got their audience already. The problem
is there any reason why the wrestling focused, like the matches are fine, but the bits in between can't be edgy? Why can't they do both?
No, I'm not saying they can't be edgy. The difference is with SmackDown, it's okay. Their promos can be more grounded, not like supernatural or anything like that, which is working for them. This is what I'm trying to explain. Their angles aren't it's a fault or it's issue. That's more grounded, more centralized, more on the wrestling, which is actually what's been working for SmackDown. They're keeping their ratings, whereas on Raw, they're dropping ratings quicker than, literally, it's literally, it's plummeting, it's sinking quickly. And the problem that they've got is they haven't found their demographic audience for the USA Network on Raw. Now, once they've got it, which would be most likely because with the USA Network, they have more drama side stuff on there, not PG. They want it to be more attitude era. Do it.
Well, I was going to say, absolutely.
Be more on the edge and everything.
Do it now.
And
don't hold back.
And the best thing about it is then if they do that, WWE then will then officially have 3 television shows that they've 3 different products on show. Well, if you include NXT, but if we're just doing SmackDown and Raw, they'll have 2 unique, vastly different products for each of them, where people can actually decide which one they fucking want to watch.
It won't simply be a case of, oh, this is WWE shit. Are the ropes red or blue? It doesn't really matter because it's all the same. They'll actually be distinct shows. Yeah, I quite agree. And that's what they need.
Let me finish. My point being is the fact that it will then create that... It will basically mean that the draft that they've actually got, that they have each year, will actually fucking matter.
Oh, yeah. Because it'll be a case of, are you going to be sent to Cut Loose or are you going to be sent on the family show? And the draft, they'll actually have to think about it because they'll actually have to look at the talent they've got and actually work out in each individual case which talent will be better on which brand.
Yeah, basically.
Rather than just randomly going, Kevin Owens, you're on Raw. Kevin Owens, you're on SmackDown. Kevin Owens, you're on Raw. Like, as if, it's like the Big Show turning face and turning heel. It just doesn't matter. It does.
Yeah, but this is the point I'm trying to make. The difference is that this can also showcase as well when if WWE want to know how to make a damn star or see if they've got a damn star, what's the perfect way to do it? You'll get to see their wrestling side of when they're just pure wrestling. If they're doing it on SmackDown, if they did it like that, that's just the wrestling show. But then the twists and angles and everything and more serious angles and drama sides on Raw if they do it down that angle. But anyway, we've talked enough about this.
Essentially, let's close by just saying let's hope that AEW doing an NWO and obliterating them in the ratings is the wake up call they need.
No,
yeah, I'm not holding my breath, but let's hope so.
I'm saying close the topic on WWE. Let's go back to AEW because what are they doing right? Because they're clearly increasing ratings massively by doing something different.
Well, they are bringing in... they're not looking at wrestlers to bring in like Goldberg just so, give him one more title run. No, they are actually bringing in legends. I mean, come on, look. You've got Taz there. I don't know if anybody likes Taz, but I do. When he debuted at the 2000 Royal Rumble for WWE, I thought, oh man, what a guy, what a legend.
It's Taz.
it was
I thought
great.
it was great. It was awesome. I used to watch ECW. I knew exactly what they were getting. It was good.
Exactly. And when
The
he
only
turned up, I was
downside
like,
is
amazing.
the only downside is he debuted at the 2000 Royal Rumble, epic, great, just what we need. By the 2001 Royal Rumble, what was he in that for? 4 seconds? They just mishandled him so spectacularly.
Anyway,
Yeah,
let's just go back to
But
what
that's a
Irvine was
conversation
saying.
for another time.
Let's just go back to what Irvine was trying to say.
Yeah, so we've got legends like Taz, and then you've got Jake the Snake. I mean, come on, who doesn't love Jake the Snake? Yeah, okay, he's a bit of a dick in the past. He's been a bit of a dick in the past, but I'd like to look at him now and think that he's managed to sort himself.
He's sorting his life out.
He sorted himself
'cause
out. He's clean and sober now, and as a result, how could he not have something to offer?
Yeah, and now look at him. He can still cut good promos. And
Yes.
no, hang on a minute. No. Take them words out of my mouth. Good is an understatement.
Wait.
Brilliant.
Rewind you. There you go.
He's still one of the best promo guys in the business, is what I think you were trying to say.
Yeah, he is, though. He is. And there are so many other ex-wrestlers out there that could still do the managerial job. And now it's like we've got these guys in, mind-blowing, absolutely brilliant. And they're so humble about it as well. Tony Khan's so humble about it. I've even listened to him on the Austin podcast as well. He's so humble about everything. And oh my God, wrestling nerd. I'd never heard anybody like him.
What?
Yeah.
Seriously, worse than us three?
Oh, no, he actually knows more than anybody at What Culture. You know what I mean?
Steady on. At least one of the staff members at What Culture is actually an animated pile of 80s American Territory VHS tapes. You know that, right?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think which one that one is now.
Yeah. I can't remember his name. Oh my God.
But anyway.
Total, never mind. Sorry. Moving on. Anyway. So, yeah, Tony Khan is so humble and he's like, let's bring in Sting. He's not doing anything. Let's approach him. And you know something? Because he hasn't gone in at Sting like a bull in a china shop, he has literally gained the respect of Sting already and brought him back to TNT Network. It's just absolutely amazing.
I would just like to say, as a counter to that, I know what you're saying, like the bull in the china shop. I know exactly who you're referring to. But WWE in the last 5 or 6 years has repaired its relationship with a lot of people because a certain person that runs NXT understands the Tony Khan approach and does the counter to what Vince McMahon does.
Yeah, but unfortunately,
it worked. But unfortunately, with a lot of cases, I know the damage has already been done.
Yeah, but unfortunately, what I'm trying to say is that NXT, for me, if I look at NXT compared to AEW, I would say that NXT, it may as well be a separate organisation from the WWE because it does things better. It's much easier on the eye, and the talent on the roster is absolutely brilliant.
Yes, and it's appreciated for what it is, and I would like it to. I think it's going that way, to be honest.
It would be nice, and I'd hope that NXT UK would fall in the same, would fall.
Yes. Well, it's an NXT brand, isn't it? Like like comes under the same umbrella. As apparently does 205 Live, although
I seriously hope that wrestlers that are unhappy at WWE at the moment, and believe you me, there are fucking many.
Yeah,
that they absolutely consider the jump to AEW, because for me, I really do, hand on heart, hope this is not a fluke.
Oh, absolutely.
I just hope it's like, oh no, let's go and see Sting. But nobody knew Sting was going to be there when they beat Raw in the ratings.
No, actually, this is the ratings when the new Sting was going to be there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, was it?
That's-
That
Yeah.
somewhat undermines the argument, unfortunately. But
No, it
I
doesn't.
genuinely hope it's
No,
not a fluke as
No,
well.
here's the problem, right? It's not a fluke. The ratings shot up, right, immediately when Sting was arriving, because it's Sting. But then when people have been talking about it, the ratings then shot up even more because they've heard Sting is there. So if anything, a lot of people always assume that when they have the shock debut, the ratings immediately go up. No, it doesn't, because when it's a shock debut, they don't go up until the following week.
No, because obviously no one's known it in advance, so you
Yeah.
don't just materialise an extra 500,000 viewers out of nothing just because, oh look, Legend X is here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but-
I also hope though as well that they just see like, oh, I didn't realize. You know, some wrestling fans that just didn't really pay the attention. Oh, it's just another company that's popped up. You know what I mean? I just hope that, you know, wrestlers such as Chris Jericho, Darby Allin, Cody Rhodes, Dusty. You know, I hope all of them realise that AEW is just not, you know, a stone thrown into a pond. It's not just having a small ripple effect and then falls away. You know, just
As someone who isn't currently a fan, I am, well, like I said, I've fallen into the refuge of NXT because it's the only watchable wrestling that WWE produces at the moment. I'm crying out for a credible long-term opposition that
Yeah,
can
and that's
actually,
what
be brilliant on its own, a la WCW at its peak, and B, force WWE to be better.
yeah,
'Cause
exactly.
that's
And,
good for everyone.
Yeah.
but unfortunately, you know, good old Skeletor really cannot get through his, you know, brain rot to see that WWE Raw is failing, whereas AEW Dynamite is
Explosion.
gaining because of his failing.
And
Well,
what
yeah,
if
he can't put the two and two together that the success of AEW is, whether he and Tony Khan like it or not, directly linked to the fact that everyone is going, oh, I'm fucking sick of Raw. Oh, look, AEW, what's that? Oh, something different. Watching it and then going, fucking hell, this is good. I'm staying
But
here.
here's the biggest standing factor I'm about to point out to you. Bearing in mind that AEW Dynamite has beaten Raw in ratings on different nights.
Yeah, exactly. On
And
different
that's
nights.
no. But here's the thing: everyone sits there think, yeah, but it wouldn't be the same if it was on the same night. No, it wouldn't be. But the problem that you've got is, if people are watching it more on a different night, which means they're gaining more viewers. Which means if they're still gaining viewers, that means that, you know, if they're actually beating WWE and Raw and NXT, alarm bells should be going off right the fuck now, because what would have happened if they were on the same night that week due to an unfortunate circumstance?
Oh, mate, I tell you now, Raw would be buried now.
That's the situation.
If it was on the same night, if it was on the same night, and you got AEW Dynamite, then you've got WWE Raw, whether it be they just air a couple hours separately or at the same time, and AEW end up getting 200,000 viewers more than Raw. That's huge.
But bearing in mind, could that if it also had taken fans away from WWE over to
That's
AEW?
what I'm saying.
Okay,
That
it
was the
might
point
have
I was
actually
making before, yeah.
It might have actually got some AEW fans onto Raw as well. But the point being is, we wouldn't know unless it happened, right? Now, here's the thing about it is, and this is where a lot of people may disagree or not, or may agree or not. My issue I have with Raw at the moment, and especially with Vince McMahon, especially over the Keith Lee situation. Yes, I've brought it up again. The reason why I find it so difficult and more of a hard pill to swallow is the fact that they've got Keith Lee, who's shot up through the ranks by doing what he is known for, and as soon as he gets to the main roster, he's being told not to be what's going on.
He's getting Dusty Rhodes syndrome.
Let me finish. please. Me point being is the fact that instead of actually focusing on what fucking brought him to the goddamn fucking game, now you'll do what we say. And then when it doesn't fucking pan out, they sit there stroking their chin going, oh, the fuck that, oh, we'll blame the fucking talent. Never mind the fucking writers who are fucking him up, or the guys who are saying, don't be fucking you. And this is the issue.
I agree with you.
This is the issue I have with it, is the fact that they've got fucking script after script after script telling them how to do this, how to do this, how to do that. What makes it even worse is the fact that on Raw they couldn't even give fucking Keith Lee a gimmick fucking coin so we could even fucking win that.
Burns. We did this last week.
And you keep cutting me off. I'm agreeing with you. He's getting Dusty Rhodes syndrome. He's basically saying, we've seen everything that works for you in WCW. Put these polka dot tights on and act like a dick.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
And it's not.
Whereas AEW aren't even being construed with what they're saying. And what makes it even better is the fact that they're not even just doing it on their own fucking product. They're doing it on other shows.
Yeah. Can you imagine if Miro was allowed to have kept his Rusev gimmick and take it over to AEW? I reckon that WWE would have lost a lot of viewers.
AEW is Rusev Day. That would have absolutely crippled Raw because that gimmick had a lot of followers.
Exactly.
It made Rusev a guy that Vince McMahon was absolutely convinced, damn it, you're a heel. Do things that people hate. It made him into one of the most over faces on the company.
True, but at the same time, if anybody is married to anybody in another company, a la Miro, seeing as you brought up Miro, who's being punished for Miro being in AEW right now?
Oh yeah, Lana, of course.
Crucially, because she's got her own feud against Nia Jax. She got her victory, was meant to be going, meant to be in a big match at TLC tonight. Which, by the way, our predictions are already out on the website and on the blog, and social media. But the point being is, they're not even wrapping up her fucking feud by having her injured, and I say that with fucking heavy quotation marks, by having Nia Jax fucking supposedly break her leg, which, if I'm not mistaken, didn't Nia Jax get flack for supposedly injuring people?
Yes.
So,
this is WWE, of course. What's that? Negative publicity.
It is.
Yeah, let's drive it into the ground. Let's make a thing of it.
Yeah, so, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't just heard that Matt Burns has just gone on to two different subjects that now he has ranted excruciatingly against. It's like watching a mouse drag its bollocks across sandpaper.
But that's it. I'm ending it there.
That for now, I think what he needs to do is stop taking Viagra because clearly it's getting stuck in his neck.
No. I'm pretty much wrapping it up there. Rant's over.
Baby. You know I love you, baby.
I know, of course. But anyway, the point being is, it's frustrating. It's just frustrating.
You're so frustrated you kept bringing South Park to mind for me.
Yeah.
Please, can I finish? I finished.
Yeah. It is. And the fact is, I just feel as though WWE aren't allowing their talent to be creative. But anyway, we digress. Because the irony of it is,
these days, because at least on NXT, Triple H gives them, as much freedom as they can possibly have on a product that Skeletor oversees.
Unless you're Leon Ruff.
Oh.
No, he had the freedom to get his ass buried.
Yeah, because... Didn't I find even more insulting about that? How that came to be?
Yeah, because they thought it'd be fucking funny. I look like I'm laughing?
One writer thought it'd be funny.
It wouldn't be funny if we give the title to a skinny guy and then it falls down his waist so we can't call it a belt anymore.
it's insulting at a nuclear level, and that's a shame because that is quite clearly Vince's handiwork, which we thought was gonna infect NXT, but up until that point, seemed to have been, the editing process seems to have stopped the worst of it getting to air. But that was definitely an example of it.
Just bear with me a sec. Sorry, Matt Burns. I seem to have swallowed one of your Viagra's.
Yeah. No worries. But anyway, point being is...
God, still a bit stiff.
Anyway, we'll just say Leon Ruff deserves better because he is such a good talent.
Yeah, exactly. He's a good worker, and, the crucifix pin that he did against Gargano to win the title in the first place was brilliant.
Damn!
Yeah. Brilliant. It was like,
however,
shit, that come out of nowhere.
I will just say I did like the fact that they referenced it. He did it again in the rematch, and this time Gargano kicked out at 2.999 and was like, "Nah, you're not doing that again, sunshine." They did try, and
that is probably the only diamond in that goat's arse that you will find today.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, I think it would have been even more funny if he didn't work on Mr. Johnny Wrestling, but worked on Damian Priest. That would have been even more funnier.
If he'd retained the title by pinning Damian Priest, that would have been, it would have been better than the outcome.
That would have been much better.
He belittled him several times, saying, "Don't get in my way, don't get in my way." Razor's Edge through the barricade.
Yeah,
that looked like it fucking sucked.
That really looked like that fucking hurt as well.
And what makes it even worse is that you can see that behind further. I think the other one was meant to be planned to go down after a second one, but somebody accidentally bumped into it and knocked it the hell over. It's like,
you
really?
You never seen Dominoes before, you dumb fuckers.
Wait! Actually, my mistake. It's already been covered. Botchamania. But anyway, we'll mention that later.
It remains to be seen. However, as we segue into the next topic, I still think that the reveal at the end of that match with Johnny Gargano's little assistant is gold.
No,
but you two think it belongs in this topic, don't you?
No, it's not a gimmick. No, we're not mentioning it. That's angles. This is gimmicks. That would be an angle. That's
no, my
being
point
mentioned.
is, you think it's bullshit. For fuck's sake!
Fucking bullshit.
It's fucking genius. That's what it is.
It's not genius at all. How is it genius to I know something that happened in the late 90s, early noughties. Let's rip that off because I can't think of anything for my.
Because the man's name is Austin. For fuck's sake!
Don't care.
The problem that they have with it is anyone who does remember it will fucking hate it, and anyone younger who doesn't know it won't have a fucking clue.
Wrong. I remember it. I think it's fucking brilliant. So that shoots that point clear out of the water.
You're the one in a million. But anyway, moving on.
Can we have the general consensus right? Okay, anyone who's listening on any of the Burning Truth social media platforms, if it's Facebook, I won't see it because I refuse to use it, but there are plenty of others you can go on. Do you agree with me or do you agree with those two? I want to get a wider opinion on this because I can't be the only one.
I'm interested in this one myself.
Yeah, I want to know, is it just me? Because if it is, fair enough, I'm not changing my mind, but I'm genuinely interested in what the wider audience thinks. So get in touch and let us know.
Yes, please let us know before we decide to chew our tongues off.
Pretty much.
Nine.
But anyway,
we
digressed. We need to jump on to the main topic.
Yes. So we just need to set some ground rules as well. You said it is not angles, it's just gimmicks, right?
Yeah.
Okay then, with that in mind, who wants to go first?
I think that we should give this privilege to our fearless leader, Mr. Bat Mearns.
Batman's.
You will find me not arguing with that. Yes, Bat Mearns.
I'm going to go down the route of... What makes it even weirder, I've got to go to WCW.
Yes. WCW, that absolute cavernous pit of bad ideas. What a surprise.
And this is going to be a first on the Burning Truth.
Hang on. This is a subject about crap gimmicks. You're not going to praise something from late 90s WCW, are you?
Oh, no. I'm actually going to be praising someone for stopping something from happening.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I think I know what's coming, and oh no is a fucking understatement.
Oh, no. Wait, hang on a minute. Would you like me to lay down some newspaper for you?
No, it's not necessary.
No, newspaper? No, he needs a waterproof polythene sheet, I think.
No. Wait. Let me just state this to you now. All I'm just going to say is, does anybody remember the gimmick that Dustin Rhodes had in WCW? Where he had a white face.
Oh, no.
Expensive therapy has tried to convince me it didn't exist. Thanks for bringing it back up.
The gimmick that was called Seven.
Yeah.
Now, the problem with it is if you were first glancing at it, it was creepy as hell, and anybody who was watching it at the time, that's leading down a dark path. And lo and behold, when he arrived, it got pretty much killed, dropped, buried, shot upon, and fired out of a cannon. And the idea being is, it looked like Dustin was against the idea and didn't want to do it. And was blaming the bookers, the writers, blaming a certain person.
And for the first time in wrestling history, the wrestler got what they wanted and wasn't told to shut up and do it. It'll be ratings.
Wait. Hold up.
Wrong.
Hold up. Ladies and gentlemen, I do believe that you are about to hear a gnat fart at 300 yards. This is going to make you go zip.
Wait.
And your jaw will be on your fucking toes.
Right, you ready? And supposedly the blame went towards Vincent fucking Russo. Now, here's the issue, and it's even been confirmed on Twitter. It was Vince fucking Russo who slammed the idea and brought it to an end because Dustin was the one who wanted to keep it going.
Oh, okay. Just remind us again what it was that they wanted to do but didn't get to. The
idea being is, all I'll say to you is the vignette was a dark house, creepy lights, a kid waking up in his bedroom.
No.
Yes, we're going down this route. And supposedly Seven appearing from outside, raising his hands towards the glass, towards the child. Now, the original idea was meant to be something completely different. However, I think that certain other people decided to say, yeah, that's a little bit too close to the bone and looks a bit, how do we say? No!
Looks a little bit like,
a certain situation that if it did actually break out, prison should be involved.
Yes. Also, serious side note, any WWE writers listening to this,
don't use it.
No, it's not a good idea for Bray Wyatt. Stop it. Back away.
Wait, you know it's bad when Vincent fucking Russo was putting an end to it.
Hold on. Wait. Can you hear it? Wait.
Yeah.
I think that particular gnat followed through.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Did you actually just say them words that praised Vince fucking Russo?
Yes.
Hey, every once in a while, hell has to freeze over, okay? I know we're all in shock, but we have to keep the show going. So
Yeah.
take a deep breath.
I gathered that you're all in shock. The fact that
I do believe that I have just let out a massive brain fart because the cogs in my mind cannot comprehend what you have actually just said.
Well,
Yeah.
keep it contained, because if it makes its way to Stamford, it'll be on next week's Raw.
especially
off.
especially seeing as Vincent Russo was looking for work.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, Keith Lee, I got your new gimmick. Jimmy Brain Fart.
No,
Go
no,
out to
no.
the ring and say stupid shit.
Can we just also clarify that this is the same Vince fucking Russo that gave the green light to Disco Inferno?
And gave the green light to Viagra on a pole match.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that
This
is
is
not
the same Vince Russo who it's taken us. What have we been doing this? 6 years?
Yep.
Taken us this long to find something to say about him that doesn't immediately make us think, oh God, that was awful. I feel dirty. I need a shower. Why are we even talking about this nutter? It's taken us this long to find one sliver of competency.
Oh my God. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Can I go next, please?
Well,
Actually, before you can go next,
I don't know if Matt Burns has finished regarding this one, but yes, you can go
no.
next when he has.
No.
Excited.
I'm actually done with the whole gimmick thing, but a message has come in
Hello.
from Teak.
Our
Teak,
listener.
where have you
Yes.
been,
Hello.
Oh, JB's not gonna like this. The Austin reference at War Games sucked.
You are wrong. We are right.
What's your name, Vince McMahon? Grow up.
Never.
Anyway, we've got that gimmick that I
With
just
the
mentioned.
greatest due respect in the world, dear loyal listener, on this particular case, you are wrong.
3 against 1.
3 against
Anyway.
1, JB. You can't
Anyway.
argue with the numbers.
Dude, it could be 325 trillion against 1. You're not changing my mind.
We're not
Oh, no,
saying
we're
that.
not changing your mind. We're just telling you you're wrong.
But anyway, back to where we were. I'll just state in regards to the 7 gimmick, what the hell were you thinking, Dustin? And I can't believe I'm actually going to say this, but thank you, Vince Russo, for ending that entire gimmick.
Wow,
Yes.
I have just entered into a parody where this just does not make fucking sense.
Yes, I
Don't
can
make
imagine.
sense. Don't make sense.
Don't make sense. Where's my fucking monster? But anyway,
Which brings me to mine.
Yes, please do
Straight
go
to the
next.
Irvine.
Follow that, as I believe they say.
All I am going to say is to the listeners is that a cue of giggling and laughing will be coming from my co-presenters on this one.
Oh, good lord.
Because it's quite thingy. Paul Burchill.
Oh! Oh!
So much potential, so much talent, such a large
I've
stage
actually got-
where it was
I've
all
actually got a question
pissed
right
up the
now.
wall.
Wait, I've actually got a question. I've got to ask this question. I can't believe I've got to ask this question. Which fucking one?
Yeah, the guy was not shy of dog shit that he had to work with. Honestly, which particular part of his less than glittering WWE career are you referring to?
Well, I I can't pick one. They're all equally as terrible.
Yes. Okay, with the acknowledgement that none are particularly any better or worse or less horrendous than any of the others, just pick one so that we can possibly have a slight revulsion session at how awful it was. Just pick one at random.
You know what? Screw it. Just throw them all in one.
Yeah.
It was just genuine question because it's all blurred and muddied in my mind, and I'm trying to have therapy to forget it. Was the sister shagging and the pirate thing at the same time, or were they two separate gimmicks?
They were two separate gimmicks, but the problem was...
I didn't want to mention it.
The problem that we had is the fact that we had the pirate gimmick.
Okay,
that was
sorry. Can I just correct myself? The implied sister shagging.
Implied incestuous. And what makes it even worse is the fact that we may be bringing one of the topics back up a bit later.
Yes, maybe.
He's Birchill. Giggity, giggity, goop.
Because you got the pirate gimmick, which was like, okay, but at least one thing with the pirate gimmick, he had a cool finisher, which was walking the plank, which was the flip rock bottom. And he had some comedy gold with William Regal.
Yes. But seriously, find me a wrestler worth his salt who can't have a comedy gold exchange with William Regal, and I will find you a wrestler that isn't really worth his salt.
Pretty much. But anyway, the point being is, we then had to go into the whole, I believe it was the Katie Burchill situation. And what makes it even worse is the fact that it was implied with him saying, whatever Katie wants, she gets, while she's rubbing his hands on his body very, very...
There, stop talking.
Just
leave it there.
Enough. Just doesn't make any sense. As soon as someone turns around and says, no, this is too close to bone, people are complaining, they put a kibosh on it, completely end it, and where does he go from there? From, because he was doing it was something similar to his Ripper gimmick that he was doing, I believe, in the territorial, during the training stuff, when he was trying to build him up. And what made it so... Oh, I think it was OVW he was doing it in. The problem is, as soon as he dropped that angle, where did he go? Out the company.
Yes.
And
can we please
Katie,
move on now because I'm disturbed.
Wait, and Katie immediately went out the door immediately.
Yes.
And if I'm not mistaken, where did she go? Impact, where she actually did.
I need an adult.
Right, okay, let's take this. Excuse me. Right, let's take this on a different level. Let's get away from the sickening and slightly morally questionable and just to the stupid and questionable, shall we?
Please do.
And I can do that with two simple words. The Goon.
Oh, wow. Yes. Oh, wow. You caught me off guard with that one.
Hi. I got kicked out of every ice hockey league I ever played in because all I do is fight.
Fuck me!
Oh God, I'm scared of everybody and I lose every week. Oh,
if I'm not even, no. He actually had some victories. And what makes it even worse is what his damn finisher was.
Oh, no.
Oh, his finisher, which was an ice hockey reference, which meant it had to be done outside the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either against the barricade or against the edge of the ring.
Yeah.
I don't even think he actually pinned his opponent. He only won by fricking count out.
Yeah, because he had to smash them against the barricade or the edge of the ring and then get back in the ring and just look at them and go, yeah, that's right. You just lay there and bask in the stupidity of this move for 10 whole seconds. Yes, please. Don't move. Stop laughing.
Oh, God. That was so bad. So bad.
Yeah.
Bad? Are you kidding me?
What?
It was horrendous.
Yeah, it was awful. It was the most.
It's a good shout out. My God.
Yeah. Thank you. You're welcome. I actually planned this. I actually have gone through this and gone logically. You two are probably going for the horror, the oh my God, I want to be sick aspect. I'm just going for the plain, straight up stupid.
Oh, no. I have got some really good ones, but it's obviously Mr. Burns' turn next, if you are finished.
I'm really sorry, and I'm really sorry to lower the tone again.
Oh, trust you.
For God's sake.
Because we've got to get out of the way, because seeing as we've mentioned the insinuous stuff.
Incestuous, are you trying to say?
I was trying to butcher it, so I didn't actually say it.
Too late, you've said it.
Anyway, the point being is, all I'll say is, Beaver Cleaver.
No. I have to correct you again. Not cleaver, as in thing that you cut meat with. Cleavage, as in slang term for the gap between a woman's breasts. His name was Beaver Cleavage. As if that wasn't bad enough.
I'm not saying cleavage because there is no way I'm saying it. I am not.
You just did.
No, I'll say it separately. I'm not saying it together. It's almost like the fact that when we had to deal with the whole shorty angle. But anyway, there's no way I'm mentioning the full name. I felt so sorry for Mosh, or Chaz.
Yes.
As he was dubbed. What made it even worse is the fact that he only used this gimmick for 1 week, won his match, and the vignette. What the hell?
Yeah, well, the thing is, it's a 1 week gimmick, and that's all anyone remembers of the poor bastard's career.
No,
that's how terrible it was.
No, it wasn't, because what makes it even worse is the person he was doing the angle with was his girlfriend.
Oh.
To make matters even worse. Right? Luckily, they had the wherewithal to say, drop the gimmick, be Chaz, and go off.
Dude, there's like some technical issues.
I can hear.
Okay, anyway, I just didn't know if you were aware of them.
I am aware of it. We are having technical difficulties. We do apologise for that. But all I'll say to you is, I felt so sorry for him. For the fact of, immediately straight after that, luckily enough, when that happened, he left, went off, did his own thing, came back as part of the Headbangers for a short time, was then in that tag team with D'Lo Brown. If anyone remembers that.
Nope.
No, I had previously forgotten that, but...
Because unlike you, I am not an encyclopedia of crap.
Well, I like to think I am, but there are certain things that even I've had, put in the file, the box at the back, at the bottom of the shelf, marked, for your own sanity, do not open this.
The tag team was known as the Lowdown.
Oh, for God's sake, yeah.
Yeah.
Now you mention it, yeah.
Which consisted of Chaz and D'Lo.
I was just about to take the mic down and say Dave.
Don't think they ever made it massive in America with their Cockney rhyming slang. Otherwise, there's no doubt that's what they would have made D'Lo rechristen himself otherwise.
It lasted a year.
Yeah.
12 months too long.
No kidding. And what made it even worse is the finish. One of them was a double gut wrench powerbomb. Another one was paying tribute to Power and Glory. Superplex and a Lowdown. And splash, basically. Anyway.
Sound terrible in theory, but okay.
Anyway,
yet again, for the second time, I have to say, Mr. Irvine, follow that.
The Irvine. Okay, now, yeah. I'm going to mention one particular person to you guys, and you'll probably know which gimmick I'm going to say. So I shall say his name right now. Mike Awesome.
Put it this way. You're not talking about the guy that shortened his career and wowed the ECW audience by his feud with Masato Tanaka, are you? Not that Mike Awesome.
That Mike Awesome in particular, yeah.
No, but I mean, you're not referring to that gimmick when he was just Mike Awesome, the big bastard that beat people up. You're talking about his WCW incarnation, aren't you?
I certainly am, yeah.
The one that led to Joey Styles famously going off on a 5-minute rant at One Night Stand 2005, which concluded with the immortal line, "I hope he kept the money."
Hopefully, I can get through this without giggling.
Good luck.
Because, basically, he had the Glenn Quagmire character down to a T in wrestling before Family Guy was even thought of.
Yes, he did.
And why is that?
The Quagmire character wearing Peter Griffin's t-shirt.
Yes. And also whilst looking like Fat Tony.
Yes.
So, yes. He was... There you go. I fucking failed. I failed.
Are you struggling to say the name of the gimmick in question?
It would be the Fat Chick Thriller.
Also known as the 70s guy gimmick as well.
Yeah. So
they sort of led into each other and they're both awful.
Yes, they led into each other because it was the Fat Chick Thriller first, which led into that 70s guy.
Which was an attempt to salvage something from his already shattered career.
Yeah, he may as well have sat with his bare bottom out of his trousers and his underwear. He may as well have sat on a very large glass bottle whilst inserting it into his anus and letting it break in his anus.
What you're basically saying is he needed to... He may as well have walked to the ring... Naked, wearing nothing but an advertising A-board that said in like 128-point font in pink letters, "I have a tiny penis."
Didn't someone use that gimmick in WWE?
Well, that was a segue, but
it was a rumor.
To mention that.
It was a rumor.
It was an allegation that he had a tiny little bicky icky wicky.
No, I'm wondering if anyone remembers Naked Midian, but anyway, we'll get to that later.
Yeah. Of course I remember that. I'd rather I didn't, but
yeah. But anyway,
okay, right. I'm gonna again go back to stupid because that was vomit-inducing.
Yeah.
And I'm going to delve into the cesspool of crap gimmicks that was WCW.
Yeah,
and this time, I have only one word for you. But it can be described as big lump of ice that sinks ships.
Oh. I know. Oh, me.
Whoever wants to jump in, feel free.
That would be the character that had thousands and thousands ploughed into his gimmick.
And his outfit.
And literally looked like a character off Mortal Kombat. Well, no, hang on a minute. He tried to look like a character off Mortal Kombat.
They tried, and what it ended up turning out like was a really cheap cosplay rip-off of a cross between a Mortal Kombat fan and a gimp.
Yeah, so basically, it is what exactly Sub-Zero would look like with the Jazzle.
I'm about to scare you in a minute with a fact in a minute that's going to horrify you for life.
What? Go on.
I'll let you finish what you're about to say first.
Well, essentially, the character we're talking about is Glacier, just in case anyone hasn't worked that out yet.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about the very, very failed gimmick that was Glacier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which has also just reminded me of another one that was very fucking terrible. But I'll wait my turn.
Yeah. But no, that was it. I just wanted to bring him out. He was modelled after a Mortal Kombat character. He had a massive amount of vignettes played. And his much hyped debut, which was about a 2-minute squash match against a raging jobber, took place 5 months after the first vignettes aired. Having second thoughts much, WCW? Well, they were justified.
Wait. Please wait. This is going to horrify you now.
Oh, God. You were a fan, weren't you?
No, you do realise he's been a world champion.
Oh, no.
The man who portrayed the Glacier gimmick may have, but he was not a world champion with that gimmick. So
no, definitely not.
So we're fine.
And it was in ROH.
Do you know something? As you said that he was a champion, I automatically assumed that you meant Glacier. I was like, how is that even possible?
Yeah.
Wait, the actual person who was under the gimmick, it's still wrestling under PCO.
PCO?
That's him!
Pierre Carl Ouellette, as in Maurice's dad.
I think so.
Yes. Which just brings up another whole shitty gimmick that he had in TNA. Anybody remember X?
I'm just double checking if it is him now, just to be on the clear.
Yeah.
Not now. You're going to look pretty silly.
Yeah.
Or I'm just going to make it silly by rubbing my
crap.
I think Mr. Burns might possibly be wrong.
Oh,
crap.
You rubbed the wrong aura on that one, didn't you?
Yes, doesn't matter. But the point being is, crap gimmick. I messed up. My apologies,
Some
PCO.
people would say that the encyclopedia has had a few pages removed from his arm.
It was not Maurice's dad.
No.
But he had his own entrance into the Hall of Shame, didn't he? When he was very briefly the masked wrestler X, the physical representation of TNA's X division. Okay, that went down like a fart in a lift. Never mind. Move on.
At least he was able to move on out into his acting.
Well, yeah, there is that.
But I apologise to PCO for the absolute car crack of a mistake I just made.
Yes.
Apologies.
It just goes to show that Batman's is actually human and occasionally remembers things wrong.
I just think he was pecking his nose.
Right, okay, well, we've done Glacier, who is, it was an abomination. It lasted, one match, and then they killed it. Who's next, Mr. Burns?
Oh, this may cause a few rants.
Right, soapbox is ready. Fire away.
Especially because the nature of what happened, of how whoever came up with the gimmick, really? We are talking about a certain gimmick that Chavo Guerrero used. It's so bad, I believe JB's now coughing. He's in absolute disgust.
It's so bad that my body just had an adverse reaction to the very thought of it, and I just had to expel it from my system immediately.
In case if anybody wants to know what gimmick did Chavo Guerrero use, it wasn't even under his own name.
No. It wasn't the pseudo bum that used to walk around backstage getting drunk in parties on SmackDown and then being told at the end that he was drinking alcohol-free wine. Oh, no.
No. It wasn't when he was known as Captain Loco as part of the Misfits in Action.
Nope.
What?
No. We are going to WWE when he decided to become a golf caddy.
And decided to, I think the crucial cringe factor here that you're missing is decided to pretend that he was a rich upper class white man, not a Mexican.
And his name was Kerwin White with blonde hair.
Yes.
And it makes it even worse. He had a caddy with him.
Oh, dear.
Hang on, he was a caddy and he had his own. That doesn't make sense.
No.
He was a golfer. Yes.
He was a golfer and he had a caddy. Do you know who the caddy was?
I do, but I'm not going to ruin it. Go on, tell the world.
Real name, Nick Namath. Does that sound familiar?
Nicky from the Spirit Squad.
Yeah. Does that
You know
sound
what he
familiar?
did? When they fired the Spirit Squad, I wonder what happened to him.
Yeah. Oh, wait. He decided to show off. He wanted to show the whole world.
Did he have a claim in his entrance music, which even Vince McMahon made him change because you can't be perfection if you lose every week?
Stop booking me like a twat then.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's here to show the world he is Dolph Ziggler.
Yes.
Now,
But,
I'm not saying. I'm just saying he did deserve better, and he did move on to better eventually.
Ish.
Maybe.
But yeah, the point being,
Anyway.
we're focusing here on not the caddy, but the golfer.
Yeah, because
The man who wrestled in his golfing attire, Kerwin White.
What it worse is the line he used. The line he used.
Cocaine.
His saying,
It might as well have been.
everything is all right when you're Kerwin White.
Yes, like I said, it was a racist gimmick. He was supposed to be a rich white guy. We were supposed to gloss over the fact he was Mexican, and therefore it was like massive reverse racism.
Now, what makes it even worse is the reason why it dropped.
Yeah.
Because the penny couldn't drop quick enough.
No, unfortunately, the reason why the gimmick was dropped was because of an unfortunate situation that had actually happened to a wrestler.
Let's not be about the bush here. It was dropped because of what happened to his cousin.
Or his uncle, actually.
His uncle, sorry, yeah. His uncle. It was dropped quicker than the hot piece of shit it was, because of the tragic and early demise of Eddie Guerrero.
Correct.
So, tragic. The world lost a genuine legend. But very, very, very tiny sliver of relief. That gimmick got binned as well.
True, but the thing is, it's just unfortunate. But anyway,
Yeah,
moving on, shall we? Let's jump back over to Irvine.
Is there anything you can do about your mic? Because it's starting to annoy me now.
My mic.
I think it's yours. Whatever's causing the squeaky echo.
Not my mic, it'll be probably a recording device.
Oh,
Has someone got me on loudspeaker?
no.
Yeah, me.
There we go.
I can't do anything about that because, unfortunately, I do not own £1 million. Or a laptop.
Oh, okay.
Let's move on, shall we?
Okay. Hang on. That was Matt Burns, so that means it's your
Irvine.
turn again, Irvine?
Yeah. So, obviously, you mentioned Glacier. Now, this is another really, really bad one. And it's on par with Glacier. And all I'm going to say is Chris Canyon.
It was because of Glacier that this gimmick happened.
Chris
Who's
Canyon.
better than Canyon? Well,
Without further ado, I introduce to you Mortis.
oh no.
Yes, another steam pile of shit.
Fresh from the WCW shit factory.
Yeah, they literally they did not want to give up with their Mortal Kombat fetish, because Mortal Kombat at the time was really popular. Really popular.
It'd be like if right now, to cure their current perceived ills, WWE decided that starting this week on Monday Night Raw, Keith Lee was now going to become, insert the name of the lead character from Cyberpunk 2077 here.
Yeah.
B.
It was that ill thought through.
Yeah, it was. And literally, Mortis, I do believe, was based on Shao Kahn.
Yeah.
Because, and honestly, the outfit, I've just dragged up a picture of him, and wow, it was even worse than I remember.
It's kind of even worse than if, instead of the insult as it was, of deciding that he needed to be named after the sumo grandmaster, despite not being Japanese, much less a sumo wrestler, if they decided to go with a Street Fighter gimmick and that Yokozuna should instead have been called E Honda.
Yeah. So, basically, what they wanted to do was they wanted him to feud with Glacier. And it was all... Remember the Sega Genesis?
Never had one, but yes.
Sega Mega Drive.
No.
Yeah.
For UK.
Yeah, the UK version was Mega Drive. But the Genesis, obviously, they were that infatuated with Mortal Kombat. They really wanted it to work. And if VFR hadn't been booking at the time and with this massive brain fart, it probably could have worked. Who knows? But, yeah, it just didn't work. Basically, both of them looked like they were just about to star in a spoof Mortal Kombat porn film.
I think that's being harsh to spoof Mortal Kombat porn films, to be honest.
Yeah,
it actually really is.
I do believe that Mortis' character only died because he had rigor mortis.
Yes, possibly. And Glacier because he was in hell when it froze over.
Exactly.
Just to stretch that metaphor to breaking point there. Yeah, what an utter pile of unforgivable dog shit.
Yes, it was, and I mean, the oh wow, I'm just looking at. There's so much green. Why do you wipe your nose on your cape? Why?
Yeah.
Why?
And to assist JB with this, I have just sent him an image of it.
Do you know what? Do you know what that reminds me of? Do you know what that is genuinely the image of? That is exactly what would happen if was created the bastard love child of La Parka and the Hurricane.
And the grandfather would be Vince McMahon.
But of course,
it was me all along. No, I'm not doing it. No, I feel.
You just did it. Right, that is hideous. But moving on, we've got time constraints, so we need to wrap this up. But I've got two that I need to mention, and I don't know which one to go with.
Go for it, and we'll throw it in on, and we'll throw the other one in honourable mention.
Okay. I will go with the first one, although don't let me forget the second one. I'll give you a clue. His finishing move involved clotheslining someone, knocking them to the ground, waiting patiently while they staggered back to their feet, and then running at them from behind and clotheslining them on the back as well. Because it was called the boomerang.
What?
Children in the playground?
No. It was called the boomerang. See? Because he was Australian.
I don't know this one.
Shuddering with fear at the memory of Outback Jack.
Oh my God.
because boomerangs come back, and so it hit you a second time.
Would this
That
be
that
because
is about
the
as much
whole-
thought as the entire gimmick got. You're Australian. Australia has the Outback. What rhymes with back? Outback Jack. Your finish is called the boomerang. Get out there, beat some people.
Quick question.
Yes.
Was this at the height of the Crocodile Dundee series?
It was in between 1986 and 1988, so highly
yes.
likely. Highly likely, yes.
That is awful.
Yes.
That is awful. That's like bringing in someone who is from an Asian country and saying, "Oh, you are now a suicide bomber." Yes, Vince McMahon. Yes, it happened.
You'd
As a
rather we
tech-
forgot it, but we never will.
It is not funny to stereotype.
Stereotypes are not funny, but the WWF and E is littered with them.
I'm glad that you threw that in then, because we all know that people get their knickers in a twist about that.
And WWF.
Yeah. 3
No,
W's,
that's
2
just for the
W's,
extreme
and
nick
an E.
twisters.
Yeah. We all know that basically cheap heel heat in Vince McMahon's brain is only garnered by being a filthy foreigner or a stupid foreigner that can be laughed at.
And the only way that he could get heat was by beating up He-Man.
Yes. But anyway, I think we've given Outback Jack more airtime than his career deserves because, well, it was a blink and you'll miss it job. But if you remember him, I feel so sorry for you.
I am literally surprised that Vince McMahon never came up with, right, guys, I want to do a gimmick. 2 homosexual men. We are going to call you Brokeback Mountain.
Mr. Matt Burns, are you going to mention Billy and Chuck, or should I?
I'll let you.
Mr. Irvine, Billy and Chuck.
That wasn't.
That was the whole purpose of that gimmick, was they were gentlemen who were enamoured with each other in the Vince McMahon's favourite area of the male anatomy department.
But then basically had complaints massively, repeatedly.
To the point where they had to kill it.
No, the fact that they were meant to have brought it to an end, but then when they ended it, he even outraged me even more on how they ended it by saying, we're not really, we're just pretending.
So inadvertently there, what I have done is just uncovered another terrible gimmick.
Yes, well done. Round of applause.
I think that was just the sound of Matt Burns slapping his nut. Sorry, no. Yeah, his head.
Somebody mentioned Jeff Jarrett? Or that guy from Retribution? Slap nuts!
No, I didn't mean his nuts. I meant his head. No, not his head. No, because his head's still sexual.
Just end it. Just
his forehead.
Anyway. Crap gimmicks. Change routine. Let's go back to the crap gimmicks. Bloody hell. Do you have one final one, or do you have one more, depending on what we're doing here, Mr. Burns?
I'm going to say honourable mentions now.
Okay.
Honourable mentions, yes, please.
Honourable mentions. Okay, do you want to go first, Matt Burns?
No. You just throw that one out that you wanted to do. The other one.
The Red Rooster.
Oof. Right. Any that you've got, Irvine?
Let me just.
While Irvine's thinking, I've got a joke for you.
Uh-oh.
And I borrowed this from R.D. Reynolds at WrestleCrap, so credit where credit is due. What is the sound of 300 pounds of shit hitting the fan? Quang!
That's worse than my dad joke earlier.
R.D. Reynolds of WrestleCrap fame came up with it. I can take no credit.
What makes it even worse is, until he became Rikishi, he had some terrible, terrible gimmicks apart from being a head drinker.
The guy had nearly as many awful gimmicks as Albert A-Train Lord Tensai.
The hip-hop hippo.
The very same.
Yeah. We've then got to mention Spirit Squad.
We already did in a way, but they need
Yeah.
their own mention, definitely.
We, of course, also got to remember the Gobbledygooker.
The Gobbledygulak.
No, Gooker.
Oh, the original incarnation, yes.
Yeah, the
Because-
original.
Because what makes it even more annoying is the fact that a Guerrero was in it.
Yes.
Better. Then we've also got, and I've got this one. This one might cause nightmares if Irvine doesn't know about it, or he'll look up this guy's finisher,
In which case, let's hope he already does.
Bastion Bugger.
Bastian Booger. The man who didn't have entrance music. He just had a loop, as it were, a continuous loop of belching and farting noises.
And loogies.
Yes.
Followed by his finisher. Was it Return to the Batcave? Welcome to the Batcave?
Yes. Which was almost, it was up there on a par of awfulness with the Nasty Boys Pit Stop.
I actually think the pit stop was, at least that's more manageable.
What,
At least
having 300 pounds of fat, sweaty man called Knobs rub his armpit in your face?
When you put it like that, it actually sounds a lot worse.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait. Or having Bastion Bugger drop his crotch, his sweaty crotch and ass on your face.
Yeah, both are equally hideous and both should lead to
One's an
expensive
armpit,
therapy.
one's an entire crotch.
Yeah, one's an armpit, one's Vince McMahon's favourite part of the male anatomy.
What's that? The part that produces bum butter?
Anyway.
Grim.
Any
No,
more that
not
you want
Rim.
mention?
Stop it.
No,
Any
I
more-
said grim, not rim.
Anybody? Any more you want to mention, Irvine, please? So we can virtually wrap this up.
Yeah. Just remembering the Mr. America.
Mr. America.
Do you not remember
Do
it?
you either mean
Oh.
the Lex Express era Lex Luger bullshit, or are you talking about Hulk Hogan in a mask? Shit, I'm not supposed to say that. Kayfabe.
Hulk? No, it's not Hulk Hogan in a mask. He's genuinely luchador
All right.
because he's not racist at all.
No.
So,
Or-
but
or from
also
Mex-
that
or from
reminds
Mexico,
me.
or Leeds.
That also reminds me as well of Hulk Hogan's hair issues.
Mentioned last week at length, yes. Which I believe is what spawned this whole topic in the first place.
Yes. I just wanted to go back to the part that actually spawned this
Yeah.
insightful spot on the show.
The Hulk Hogan's
War bonnet.
War bonnet.
War
yeah.
bonnet.
Stop saying it. Stop.
Do you want me to say war bonnet
brother,
or helmet?
Brother, look at my helmet. I'm gonna kill
Hulk
you.
Hogan's fisting helmet would be less embarrassing.
Yeah. Brother. You want a good fisting?
Just what makes it even
And
weirder?
on that bombshell, let's
think
wrap
what makes-
up the crap gimmicks for now. Rest assured, I know everyone listening will say they'll come up with their own, which is great. We'll have to revisit this at some point in the future, but let's wrap it up for now.
Yeah,
Yes, I agree.
yes, because bearing in mind we could even mention some additional honourable mentions like the Dicks, if anybody remembers that one.
Or the ding dongs.
Yeah, or Dick Johnson.
Can
Yep.
you imagine having an 8-man tag team with the Bushwhackers and the Dicks?
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, but okay, Bastion
Look, it's the
Booger would have to be on
Bushwhackers.
the other
They're
team.
licking
But
the Dicks. They're licking the Dicks.
Bastion, who would be on the opposition team?
Oh, the Dicks.
Oh, I thought you said an 8-man tag, so I thought they would be working together.
Oh, no. Sorry, I meant opposite.
Oh, okay. No, I was just thinking of a Survivor Series style match. That team against the combined forces of Bastian Booger, Val Venus, and who else?
The Godfather.
Oh, Jesus.
Which you're not allowed to say Ho Train anymore.
What?
You're not allowed to say the Ho Train anymore.
Why not? Is it the sex worker train? Do you have to be polite to them?
Yeah, you have to hand them a boarding pass at least.
You have to be politically correct about this.
And
Yeah,
bearing
it's
in
not-
mind that
not
gimmick... Do you know why that gimmick came about?
Because Charles, what's his name, who was the Godfather, ran a nightclub and he just got a load of women from there.
Wait, nightclub.
Was it a
and
nightclub?
Strip joint.
Strip club, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. He still does, I believe.
Yeah, he
Or at
still
least-
does.
Yeah.
I like where this is going.
Shut up,
Alright.
Quagmire.
Right. Anyway. Are we all done? Is it
I
out of
think
the system?
so. I think it's long overdue time for the
Wrap up.
plugs.
Before we get to the plugs,
Oh, right.
we've got to do the non-wrestling moment, which is there isn't any this week.
Let's just rack my brains for something that happened.
No,
there's
no.
nothing. There's
Let's
nothing.
not. The epic wrestling moment, we don't need to because we've covered a whole lot of it in this episode.
I was going to say we've got a whole episode dedicated to one epic wrestling fail after another, so that'll do.
And then, let's just say, next week is going to be a little bit different because, this
Next
is
week.
actually...
Is officially The Void. That
Lady-
week between Christmas and New Year when nothing's quite normal and no one knows what to do and it's just The Void while you wait for the New Year.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is actually the last full episode of The Burning Truth for this year.
Or 2020. Don't leave a pause like that and make people think it's ever. Don't let them get their hopes up.
I just got here.
Yeah, literally, he hasn't even had time to do his full range of Family Guy impressions yet. Don't can it now.
No, we're not canning it now.
I've literally only just got my left testicle under the table.
Oh my good lord. Anyway. it's
Sweet
the-
too.
Right. It's the
But yeah,
last
this is the last full
episode of The
episode
Burning
of
Truth
2020. Let's not derail this any further.
Next week we'll be most likely doing the Christmas matches. The following week will be the New Year's matches. And then we'll be back, I believe.
On the 10th of January, I think. Off
I'll
the top
double
of my head.
check. I'll just do that.
Well, let me just have
Check
a
it.
look.
It would be the 10th of January. My colleague was right.
Oh, no, hold on. The 10th is... Oh, no, that's March. Where are we? January.
It's the 10th of
It
January.
is the 10th. Yes, quite right. Okay, cool.
Right? Where we will be doing our infamous, our famous or infamous TBT Awards.
Yes. So, we may be away for a couple of weeks, but you've got that to look forward to on our return.
That we do. And in case if anybody turns around and says, but what about tonight? There's TLC. Aren't we doing the Fallout? We are most likely going to have to hold it off until after either the 10th, or more importantly, what we're going to have to do is probably do it on the blog.
We'll either do it on the blog or on
After
the
the
10th. We'll try and squeeze in the fallout from both TLC and Soapbox Alert, the crappiest name for a pay-per-view possibly ever.
Are we talking?
NXT New
yeah,
Year's Evil.
I knew you were going to say that then.
Anyway, I'm going to
NXT New Year's dog shit.
I'm going to say we'll
Featuring
probably...
Carrion Toss.
I'm going to say we're going to most likely be aiming for that after the 10th, because we're going to be pretty much doing those TBT awards, because that normally takes up the entire show. But anyway,
Oh, you're quite right.
Genuinely, thank you very much for listening to this episode. We hope you've enjoyed it. And I'm now going to
thank you
move
for
on
listening
to...
the whole time.
Yes.
We appreciate your continued support.
As we ramble on.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anyway,
Thank you.
we'll now move on to the plugs, which is Check out UKWA, also known as UK Wrestling Alliance. Check out photographers like Tony Knox, Jessica Servo Photography, and check out, of course, also videography, be it either BA Productions or SW Video. We also recommend you check out charitable organisations like Changes for Health and Wellbeing, Changing Recovery Radio, Mind, Message for Mind, Don Louise Hospice Care for Children and Young People, Cancer Research UK. We also, of course, recommend you check out the lighter side of pro wrestling, be it either Botchamania, you're welcome, Matthew, Wrestle Crap.
He's run off.
You're welcome, RD Reynolds. Of course, you're welcome. Recommend you check out OSW Review.
Oh, sorry, did I miss something then? Sorry, I completely zoned out.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, nice, RD Reynolds. I stole your joke earlier, thanks.
But anyway, let's just that's almost worthy of being on Wrestle Crap. But anyway, we'll get back to it. Of course, OSW Review. You're welcome, OSW Review lads, especially with What Bar. But anyway, we also recommend you check out many podcasts and broadcasts that are hosted by none other than Magic Mark Adams, be it Polo Pass Radio Show, or any of the many others he's involved with. We also recommend you check out the interviews that are part of We the Independent, that's with an IE, not a Y. We of course also recommend you check out Think Wrestling, especially the Talking Wrestling interviews. We of course also recommend you check out Train Pop Culture, Hatred Theory, and we of course also recommend you check out Kayfabe Music, as they do absolutely wonderful custom-made music. They do our theme song. We of course also recommend you check out Powered 4 TV, especially as they've got so much wrestling content and are continuing to build more, be it either broadcast, podcast, or even actual full wrestling shows on there. We of course also recommend you check out your local wrestling promotions, be it either Future Championship Wrestling, United Wrestling, Pro Wrestling Feud, Future Shock Wrestling, Academy Pro Wrestling, Fallen Star Wrestling, Venom Wrestling, Federation, Wolfen Pro Wrestling, Barracks Academy Wrestling, and many others. Have I missed any off?
No, right. But I wish you'd west a few off.
Yes, but at the end of the day, there's a way you can find them if we have missed any, but that's in a bit. So
if we have missed any off, there's an app for it to check out all your local wrestling promotions, be it through Babyface Wrestling app, where you can actually follow your promotions and also wrestlers on there. Genuinely, it's absolutely a great app, and the best thing about it is how much is it?
Nothing.
Free. Pretty much
Bugger
nada.
All.
Pretty much zilch, zero, dinero, nope, nothing. Anyway, moving on, we recommend you check out the Burning Truth website, which is www.theburningtruthuk.com. And in case if anybody wants to know what's on there, it's a place where you can listen to us potentially live, or you can also potentially listen to any past episodes. We've also got the infamous blog that's on there, which this week was myself.
Yay!
Yeah, he spread himself all over a pit. That's wrong.
Stop that immediately, you filthy animal. Carry on, Matt Burns. Carry on.
Yeah, animal.
Anyway, and good lord. And of course, we have also got our predictions on there as well. And just to point this out, any of the external links that we have on the website, we do not have any control of, as we are not responsible for any external websites.
Nope. BurningTruthUK.com is the only website we are responsible for the content of. Sorry in advance.
And you can also contact us on there as well. So if there's anything you think we need to change, or if there's any mistakes on there, let us know. We of course also got our merchandise page.
Buy my merch!
Don't buy mine, because I haven't got any yet, but I will do soon.
Where if you want to support the Burning Truth, check out our merch if you can, please. And any merch that does will actually help contribute towards the Burning Truth. Genuinely, anyone who does or has in the past, we are eternally grateful and thankful for it. And of course, we are on social media, be it either Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and of course, if anybody wants to listen to any past episodes or current episodes, they can check out the website. They can check out Spreaker, Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, Deezer,
and
Google Podcast. We, of course, also on Amazon Music as well, and many other sources.
Essentially, almost wherever you get your podcasts, to quote the stupid American thing.
That will be a wrap up for the plugs. So, has anybody got a message for anybody for this week? Any messages? Any helpful messages?
Yes.
Oh, helpful.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to be aware that mental health is a problem in society today. We also can't emphasize enough that it is okay to not be okay.
Yeah, and genuinely, also at the same time, asking for help is never a weakness, and you can end up finding out that you've got people who care for you much more than you could ever realise.
And lest we forget, self-care is not an indulgence, it's a basic human right.
Of course, and we always recommend you to never compare your behind the scenes to other people's greatest hits, quoted from Tom Campbell from Cultaholic. And of course,
Wise words indeed.
Very wise words. And of course, make yourself a priority once in a while. It's not selfish, it's necessary. And if there's anything in this world that you can be at any given time, please be more kind.
And also, yeah, I'm not paid by them, honestly. It's just a very sensible way to live your life. Follow Rule 1 of Progress. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly don't be a dick.
Excuse me? You forget something? We also incorporated into us as well.
Yeah, it's Rule 1 of Progress, but it's also Rule 657, Paragraph 3 of The Burning Truth.
Subject R. Subject R. You've missed that one off. Subject R. The one that you just mentioned is don't do any hanky panky while on the air.
No playing with yourself in the Zoom calls, people. Stop.
Anyway.
I was wondering what all that fapping noise was.
Anyway, thank you all for listening to this episode. Genuinely, really grateful.
Stop it with the sound effects. Oh, fine.
Recommend you all to stay well, stay safe, and until the next episode, check out your local wrestling promotions. Give a call to somebody you haven't spoken to in a while. You never know, you can end up making their day or even saving them from a certain situation. You never know. And
just before
we go, I agree with that.
Yeah, and just before we go, one more thing, because this is exclusive to this episode. Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
We do.
According to Bruce Willis, Die Hard is not a Christmas film.
Yes, it is.
How many times is Christmas mentioned in Die Hard? Many times.
There's many trees. There's many Christmas trees. There's even if I'm not even mistaken, ho ho ho! I've got a machine gun. Why the hell are they referencing Santa? But anyway, let's move on. But anyway, until then, we will hopefully catch you on the next episode, which will be in the new year. But until then, we will have our Christmas message coming out. We will also have the New Year's message out. Until then, all of you, please stay well, stay safe. It has been emotional. I've been Matt Burns.
I've been John Bloor.
And I've been Sweet Jesus.
No, back in the cupboard.
No. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the overactive imagination of Mr. James Irvine.
Okay, you got me. Herbert, go away. Anyway, yes, ladies and gentlemen, I bid you farewell.
Until then, stay well, stay safe. It's been emotional. Catch you later.
Ta-ta now. Bye-bye then.
Ta-da, love.